Security outside the office. Our data, information, and devices go with us wherever we work from, whether it's from home or from the other side of the world. In the following minutes, you'll learn about the dangers lying in wait on the road. We'll share what measures you should take, how to avoid dangerous situations, and also what should be done when your phone or data gets stolen after all. Imagine that you're flying out to meet a customer in another country. What might happen to you and your data when working outside the office? Your travels will take you many places. You'll be in the car on the way to the airport, at the airport, in the hotel, in meetings with the customer, and then in the cafe before departure. This is the list of just a few locations that you are sure to visit. Many of them share the same denominators and impact your safety in a certain way. Prevention. Before you embark on your journey, take a few minutes to secure your devices in case of loss. That way, you can minimize any unpleasant impact if worse comes to worst. Back up your data and be sure to encrypt the hard disk. You can decrease or completely eliminate the amount of data the new owner of the device will see. Before you close the browser, another measure is to delete saved passwords and details about your payment cards. This way, you'll make it more difficult for the person that gets to your devices to access your accounts. All done? Good. Now you can take off. It is common to place belongings on the back seat of your car. However, if you're leaving the car, never leave anything visible. Either take your valuables, especially your cell and computer, with you or stow them in the trunk. It's best if no one sees you doing it. Air transport makes it even more difficult to transport devices. Keep in mind that you should have your laptop in your carry-on and shouldn't let airport staff handle it. Don't leave your computer and cell phone unattended as you move from place to place, meet people, and sit in cafes, especially if you don't have password protection. Public places are swarming with people, and even though it might seem that everyone is minding their own business, someone may be interested in your property. For example, a woman approaches and asks for directions. Whilst you're helping her, her accomplice will take your things. Another person who wants your information might try to look over your shoulder and see your desktop. Invest in a protective sheet that makes it impossible for anyone to see your screen without sitting right in front of it. You'll definitely appreciate the protection it provides in meetings when you're sitting next to a competitor or a customer. What to do in the event of theft? If somebody steals your device, despite your precautions, the consequences can be far-reaching. By stealing the data you haven't backed up, an unauthorized person can breach the security of your accounts and log into websites with saved passwords. How to reduce the impact of theft or loss? First, you should have devices protected with a sufficiently strong password or biometric authentication, such as by using a fingerprint to unlock your phone. That's how you protect the device from unauthorized access. Smartphones with iOS and Android operating system offer the Find My Phone feature. When you lose your cell, it helps you determine where your device is located, block it, and place a number on the display that the finder can use to call you. Let's move a step further and imagine that the finder, or the thief, get into the device. This is why we recommend preventative steps, such as data backup and the deletion of saved passwords. You can minimize the damage that might occur in the event someone gets to your data. And, most importantly, immediately inform your employer, more specifically, the IT department, that your device was stolen. The IT department can then take necessary security measures such as blocking your work account or deleting work emails. The Internet on the road. The need to be online everywhere and always has become natural to us. However, it can be a problem on the road. It's safest to use your own data, whether it's directly in your phone or by sharing it with a computer. Of course, you should always protect this shared connection with a password that's sufficiently strong. Consider this solution to be the first option. If it isn't possible, there's almost always Wi-Fi. It may be tempting to connect to a public Wi-Fi system, but it's also dangerous. What can you do to lower the risk of a data leak? Do not connect to a public Wi-Fi that isn't password protected. It means that communication in this network isn't encrypted. Anyone can connect to that kind of Wi-Fi and steal unencrypted information. Even if you find yourself in a place, a cafe or a hotel that appears to have its own password-protected Wi-Fi, that might not always be the case. A hacker is also capable of creating that Wi-Fi. Once you connect to it, all your information, the passwords, data, and other details will be visible. Always make sure that you're using an encrypted HTTPS protocol and use a VPN. The HTTPS protocol is indicated by a lock icon in the address bar of the browser. It signifies that the communication between you and the server providing information is encrypted. You'll usually find HTTPS on respectable websites that require your information. However, you have no say in whether a website uses HTTPS or not. Charging on the road. When visiting public places such as hotels, cafes, or even trains, you can find USB chargers built directly into the walls. It's possible that a device connected to the cable on the other end is reading your data or even controlling your cell phone. Always use your own charger, either with an adapter for a 220-volt socket or a USB cable using your laptop. Be careful and keep your eyes on your devices. Never leave them unattended or lend them to anyone. The risk of theft is always higher when on the move. Keep this in mind, and before you leave, take measures to minimize the consequences of loss or theft. Keep security in mind when connecting to an unknown medium, whether physically or through Wi-Fi. Follow these simple rules to protect yourself, your data, and even that of your employer. Security is worth it. We'll see each other in the next course.